Hi Aries, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading for you guys. Hello, hello, hello. So Aries, in today's reading, I am going to give you a couple of the cards from the Denise Lynn Oracle, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Also wanted to let you know that the energies are very, very strong. So a lot of things could be coming out, a lot of truth, a lot of things, feeling a lot. So just know that. This is for Aries spirit for their highest good. Okay. One more. Okay. So you have in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. So yeah, definitely. I feel like it's, just go with everything. Try not to hesitate on any change that's coming in. Really know that, okay? Just keep going forward. You also have Mystic Healer. Nice. Mystic Healer, and healing energy flows through you. Oh, definitely. So I feel like on whatever you're doing, that who you are is very significant. Is that you could be in the room, you could be somebody's presence, and you could still heal them from afar. I feel like your going healing energy goes through you. I feel like you could be some kind of medical part of the medical team. You can also just like feel better because you're going through a healing. Going through, releasing a lot of things that are going on in your life. So wow, nice. All right, so Aries, do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Aries, 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 Aries. All right, one for the current. This is for Aries for their highest good. Do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So you have Leo, the card of strength here. Finding your courage, your confidence to do what it is that you're needing to do. We'll get more with the other cards, one for the situation. The Ten of Pentacles, really wanting something long term, something to last, something, maybe some kind of abundance, something stable in your life. One for your past or now, the Full card. I feel like you're definitely moving towards this new path, new beginning, and I feel like it's here. One for what's hidden, the Devil card. Something could be keeping you from achieving what you're wanting. You could be feeling stuck, or you could be like tempted to do something, or you're just like in the same pattern over and over, or habit. One for the hopes and fears for Aries. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. Feel with the King of Pentacles. He's very abundant. He knows what he's doing. He loves the lavish life, and that's what you want. You want to have that, the luxury of not having to, maybe go to work, or not having to struggle so much with things. I feel like you're needing to take your time with things also. One for what you need to do now, the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is asking you to trust your intuition, to put your energy into things that are going to make you happy, and also like really listen to yourself and how you're doing things and how you're feeling. One for what you need to work on, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, you got the Queen and the King of Pentacles here. So, you're a resourcer, you're a multitasker, you know how to do things, but you need to nurture yourself as well as you go along this journey that you're on. Really start taking care of yourself better, because you can always get opportunities and you can always make money because you know how. But right now, I feel like you're needing to really nurture yourself. One for the outcome, Justice. Wow. You could be dealing with a Libra, or you could be going through some kind of legal problems, or just, I feel like things are going to get balanced for you, but there's also some kind of truth here that maybe you're needing to hear, or you heard, or you're speaking. Okay, so we'll see. There are decisions that you're making, but you're needing to be realistic. Like if you see this young guy here, whether you're male or female, tarot has no gender. He wants everything, right? He's thinking about a cup of coffee. He's thinking about, poison. He's thinking about all kinds of different things in here. Wow. And, you really got to be realistic with things. Okay. So really be realistic. A lot has changed. You have changed. Definitely not the same person that you used to be, because you're realizing and really seeing clearly. Having that healing energy within you because you're waking up. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about, that things are coming, going, moving around, moving forward for new experiences, making room for something new to come in. Wow. Very interesting. All right. So, let's do this. Aries, do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right, Aries. Why is a strength card here for Aries for their highest good? This is for Aries for their highest good, spirit. There it is. Have the strength to really, one more card, hold on. Have the strength to really, to really, to really make the decisions that you're needing to, okay? Because you are confused. Not so much confused, but it's like you don't know what you're wanting. Do you want to be independent by yourself and do the things all by yourself, and you know how to do it because you do know how. You do know. But what is it that you're wanting? What is it that you're trying to make a decision on? They're asking you to find your courage, your confidence to see what you're needing to do, and be realistic with what you want. And it comes back to um, her saying, I'm very independent. I could do things on my own. But you know what? You have this in your mind. Well, I really don't know if I want to do it by myself. I really think I could have somebody with me and they can help me do it, or they can do it instead of me. That kind of thing. And I feel like that's the energy here for a little bit. But you have to know, Aries, that you are very independent. You're very wise. You're very strong. You know what you're doing. You are the resourcer in this decision. Okay, you know how to make the money. You do know how to do things, because this lady right here, she just didn't go and plant these things just because, oh, it fell out of her pocket. She did it because she knows what she's doing. She was very consistent in growing them, giving them care, giving them love, like you are. You know how to make decisions. You know how to plant the seed to create something that is going to make you the money that you're wanting. But it's up to you to make the choices that you're wanting to do. And they're asking you to be realistic and be real. Trust yourself in the decisions you're making. The Ten of Pentacles. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for Aries? From a card. Hmm. So the Ten of Pentacles is talking about stability, wanting that stability, wanting that that strong foundation in your life. Wanting something long term. You want money that's going to continuously come in and not have to worry about all this stuff. That's going on. But the thing is that you're very disconnected at times. There are times that you're not focusing, and there's opportunities passing you by, and this is something that you're needing to take care of and to really see. You want this Ten of Pentacles, and not everybody does. Everyone does, and they can tell you, no, I don't. But you know what? You do, because you want that stability. You want that strong foundation. You want that long term. But you need to start focusing. Stop focusing on the everything that has gone down. Start focusing on you yourself, okay? Because there is success here. There are people that are watching you, yes. There are people that are jealous, yes. But you know what? You know how to do things, Aries, and you got to just keep going forward, okay? Because you will be successful if you pay attention and you start to focus. You have the Fool card here. The Fool card is talking about a new path, a new beginning. They're saying that you want this new things, this new path to come in, this new beginning to come in, to enjoy yourself, to have that freedom. Yeah, the Devil, and I believe it's now the Devil card. Why is the Devil card here? One more card. So the Devil card is here. It's talking about patterns and talking about things that are keeping you stuck, not knowing what to do. Could be some kind of pattern that's keeping you back. Could be somebody or someone keeping you back, feeling stuck also. I feel like you need to follow your heart and what it is that you're wanting to do, because what you want. But it's like there's so many things, do I go this way or do I go that way? Do I let this person do I go with this person and not do this? And there's just so many situations that you're going through. But they're asking you to feel it, to follow your heart, to just go with it. There could be somebody or something keeping you from creating the life that you're wanting, because you're going back and you're reviewing everything. You're looking at what you're wanting, where you're wanting to invest your money, or what are you wanting to do next. And the devil is saying, hey, if you would only break these patterns and leave the things that are no good for you behind, you can move forward and find your way because you know how. Wow, that's nice. So I feel like you're reviewing everything and trying to figure out, hey, I want to go do this, but what is it that's keeping you or holding you back, Aries? You have the King of Pentacles here, and why is King of Pentacles here? From a card. Yeah, there's something here that you're definitely not seeing. You want this luxurious life. You want the money to come in. You want to be like the King of Pentacles, but you really need to start taking things easy, and you need to realize and take off that blindfold and see things for what they are, and come and be realistic with the choices that you're making, and to see what is holding you back, what is keeping you from moving forward, because you've accomplished so much, you achieved so much, you accomplished so much. Look at all this right here. They're telling you, hey, have you forgotten what you've done in your life? Even there's something there in your life that is continuously holding you back, and there's something there that it's almost as if, well, I don't want to give this up, because if I want this, then I'm gonna have to give this up, and I don't want that, but I want this too, and I want this too. And the thing is that you're going to have to be very realistic and take off that blindfold and really see that you can do this the way you want to, but there's still something there that is continuously holding you back because you have that blindfold here. And they're asking you to take your time with things. The King of Pentacles didn't get this way because he was rushing through things. He took his time in everything that he did. Even if it took a long time, he did it. And this is where it got him. In a stable foundation, strong foundation, luxury, enough of everything. You have the Page of Cups up here for the what you need to do now. Wow. So the Page of Cups is talking about, really putting your energy into things that are going to make you happy, really trusting your intuition about the choices that you're making, really listening to how you're feeling about things. Really take a look at the dreams that you're having at night. Also, too, I feel like, you are definitely going through this healing because you have this here. You are reminiscing about the past. You are thinking about everything that has been going on. There could be a sibling or a family member coming back towards your way, and they're asking you to stand back in your power. Maybe this is a person that you've been dealing with, or is that you've had some kind of blowout, and they're coming back and they're saying, hey, you know what? Can we do this and do that? And maybe that's the person that's keeping you from doing the success that you're having, that you want. Because when the Emperor comes here, and this is your card, by the way, Aries, he's powerful. He knows what he needs to do. He doesn't let nobody come back and destroy him. He doesn't let nobody say, you know what, I'm going to take over. No, he steps into his place and he knows what to do, and he takes over and he steps back into his power, and he knows exactly what he's got to do in order to move forward. And that's you. Okay, so there could be somebody coming back from your childhood, or just somebody in general that's coming back. But still going through a healing here. You have the Queen of Pentacles here also, Aries. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Wow. So with the Queen of Pentacles, they're asking you to really take care of yourself, nurture yourself. You know how to do things. You're the resourcer. You bring in the money. You do the side hustles. You're very intelligent, and you know that you are. But the thing is that you need to stop and really take care of yourself. There will be opportunities around you, but you need to nurture yourself. Okay. really take note to take care of yourself, okay? Because you've planted the seeds. You already know what you need to do to bring in the resources. And they're saying, you want this happiness, so work on it. Change the things that are coming in. Change the things that have been around in your life that are keep pulling you back. They're asking you, change those, go with the changes that are going to come in, go with the changes and move forward with everything. Why do you have to, like, why is it so hard to make a decision when you just need to be realistic about things? Ask yourself that. Wow, these messages are coming out, you guys. Sorry. Why the justice card? Why is the justice card here? All right. So things are going to definitely balance out for you, Aries. Could be dealing with the Libra also, but I feel like things are going to balance out. I feel like there's a truth that you're definitely needing to see and speak about because you have the Page of Swords and the Justice card here. So definitely speak what you're needing to speak about. Okay, because there is a truth here that you're needing to. Once I feel like once you speak that truth, it's gonna definitely push you forward. And once you're realistic about things, you're going to be pushed forward definitely because you have the Eight of Wands here, and the Eight of Wands says there's messages and there's change coming through, but there's also like truth, and there's embracing what's coming in or what was, and realizing that, what, I needed to move away from all that to get to this, to go forward. Wow. Wow, that's a lot. All right, so Aries, thank you, Spirit. All right, Aries, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. God bless.